You're welcome to the program. Good afternoon. This is Web Watcher of Flickty. Once again, we are here to talk about what we have on the reports we have online, social media, what is going on, what things they happen online. That's what we were discussing this afternoon. And I'm Christian Chiku, and with me I have my co-hosts.
And I'm Olajide Taufik Olamide. Thank you for watching.
I am Adini Adela. Welcome to Webwatch.
I am so glad. It's nice to have you guys here today.
Okay, we're looking at the various range of reports that we have online. Breaking news, we have it on good faith that the Efcc chairman, there's a demand for his arrest by a court, by a justice. We'll go into details. We're also looking at there's a fire outbreak in Onitsha currently. And as at this point, various shop owners are running helter-skelter to recover their goods that has been destroyed by the fire. Also, a bridge in the same Onitsha, Anambra State, is said to have blown up. So chemicals resulted to the blowing of that bridge, and many feared dead. Yet we have the details later. On the music scene, we look at Tiwa Savage and her new debut music.
Yeah.
And some of the things she sang about, some people picked out some lines that she sang about. And they looked at her dress, what she wore, and a whole lot of that. And many other reports that we have online this morning. Okay, let's start with they say one guy died. Where's that your favorite musician? Dabliz. Yes. Dabliz. Even today is a Lekon birthday.
Which
It's
Lekon?
not Lekon in the office.
Lekon. Okay, Lekon of Nigeria. Okay.
Yeah, Lekon's birthday. Happy birthday, Lekon.
Happy birthday.
And today is there's so many people having birthdays today. So many this actress Chika Ike. Today.
Oh, wow.
Today is our birthday. Chika Ike. Today is our birthday. And we have another birthday of the chief press secretary to the Lagos State Governor. Today is his birthday. Mr. Gbenga Kosile, chief press secretary to the Lagos State Governor. Mr. Gbenga Kosile, we say happy
Birthday
to you.
Good birthday to you, sir.
Okay, let's start with the Tiwa Savage.
How are we going to start with Tiwa Savage?
So that we'll not start with politics.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should start on the lighter note.
As we start now, people don't dey para like this. So
Mm,
let's start with something that just
just to open the floor.
or do you want to start with politics?
Yeah,
Do you know about that?
Go with the Tiwa Savage.
Let me stop on Tiwa Savage. Tiwa Savage, for me, she's a good artist. She does good music. Then, for the other side, well, people they were saying that the sex tape. She sang about the sex tape in the song.
Yes.
I thought she had gone over.
She said
She has forgotten.
sex tape cannot ruin her life.
Yeah, that's
That
what
was
she said.
That she revisited. It seems everyone has forgotten. So using that song to bring it back.
You know,
they're trying to.
I think what she was trying to say was that probably people think that sex tape will
Will
make her
tarnish her
fall into
image
depression,
or
will
something
tarnish her
like
image,
that.
and
Yes.
then make her lose deals with so many brands. So
Mhm.
maybe that's what she's trying to say. Like sex tape will buy image, and sex tape cannot ruin her life.
So me why do I look at things is that these things that it has gone and
It
it
has
has not
gone.
ruined your life.
Most
So
of
you try to raise
Why
dust.
bring
trying
it
to
back
bring it
again.
back?
You are trying to raise
Yes.
dust again. You want people to maybe she wants people to really comment and let the song blow and like,
Exactly.
yeah.
So to
I first saw
cause
a comment that someone
controversy.
said that she's promoting indecency.
Well,
Yeah, that's the major.
That's right.
If you go on news platforms,
I see.
that's the major comment.
She's
that
promoting indecency
she
because it's something
promotes.
that is long gone. So why are you bringing it back now? You understand? For someone like me, I would even hear that song for more like 100 times. I won't understand what it means until you sing it. That it means what you just said. So,
Indecency is it not normal in our music industry?
it's not supposed to be normal.
It's
They're just
not-
making it to look like it's a normal
it's
thing.
not supposed to be
These are the
normal, but when
Western
it comes
movies
to hip hop, majority, most of the times, all these hip hop artists,
When Fela was singing,
it was the king. of using all
So-
those kind of chaos and everything.
and people had idolized him and they
Exactly.
really
So
worship
they
him.
will tend to follow his
So it didn't
footsteps.
start today.
Of course.
I know some of the things Fela do on stage. So all those rituals he does on stage.
What is what?
Rituals.
Ritual. What kind of ritual?
Burna Boy mother, I think you can ask her some of the
No,
questions.
I'm going to
Ah.
understand.
How do you explain it?
Because you understand that report online, like
Mm.
they know.
I understand. I understand.
But for Tiwa Savage, I like her. She's a good. She hype on the stage. She can perform very well. But some of these things, personally, we don't really need them. We don't really need them. Don't really need them.
Like me personally, I don't know. Like probably because I'm not too much of a fan of hip hop music stuff. But then I kind of think that one can sing without exposing oneself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and that's what majority of our musicians are doing, and that's why I love Vector till tomorrow. I've never seen that guy sing things that are off it or things that are indecent. Yeah, he doesn't do that. But some of the artists that we know that are popular, in this country, it seems like when you do the abnormal things, you become popular.
Of
But when you do
course.
things that are decent, nobody will know who you are.
Nobody would
They will call
care
you
about
churchy,
it.
they will call you saints, those kind of things. But
Even when you go to comedy, you see people like
Ataife.
don't forget
Mr. Macaroni.
Sabalo, all those people.
Sabalo, no, who even watch their comedy? I don't.
So there are some people that this guy just too funny. That is
They don't, people
It
don't like
doesn't, it
him.
Just
doesn't
too
do
funny.
anything like indecency, just too funny. Even
And-
Mr. Sabinus.
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 Yeah, it doesn't
And
do
do you know
anything.
some people don't like
And this
Savage
is
because
sense
they say he always have one line of comedy.
That's because he doesn't want to go into the line of comedy that people are doing.
People are doing you guys.
Even this guy, this funny verse,
I like-
that just came
yeah.
out now. There's always been things about Gary, stuff like that. He's not doing anything.
I like that guy actually. I was watching him today. I like the guy.
Even remote. I like remote.
Remote too. Remote
But in this country, except you do things that are abnormal, you must talk about Nyashim, you must talk about
No, it's
boobs.
bum bum.
But we have
Boom,
other
boom,
artists
boom.
like that do not.
That's the way they
expose
say
their
it.
I think it's just about show business.
Exactly.
They're using it to make money,
Make money.
for cloud chasing, for conversation.
Exactly.
Even aside the music aspect now, it will generate conversation online. They start talking about Tiwa Savage traffic, exactly. They start talking about
Auntie Tiwa,
hygiene. She'll be in
see.
people's mind. It's just like business for
But she
her.
has a son, and if the son will watch
Mhm.
that,
Jamil.
what will it?
This one already know
You know,
that
it's
this
like
is
I just believe it's their line of business. Had it been she's in another profession entirely now, I would have faulted for dressing like that or saying those kind of things. But she's in that line.
Well,
That's why you see those like
even if you're in that line, he's still not singing.
Hmm?
He's still not a musician.
they have a
Tenny,
different body.
they have different
Like
body.
that.
Exactly. They have a different.
Tenny can't dress in Tiwa Savage attire. It will never go. They don't have the
See,
same
my
physique.
point is that,
That
see,
shape.
I think when if federal government comes up today and said that this thing should be regulated now, some people say
I don't think it
It's
can
not
be
possible. It
regulated
can't be
because number one,
regulated.
she's an adult. She has a kid, so we can't she should know what is right and what is wrong. But because it is music,
Imagine you have
Whereby-
imagine you have a child and your child is I want to be like Tiwa Savage. How would you feel as a
I'm
parent?
not a musician.
No, I'm asking, how would you feel like as a parent?
If my child is a musician, he would want to do all those things. That is just
Exactly.
like it.
And you're going to support him or her.
It is life.
I
Come
would-
on.
I know
Will
you
I
support.
stop the?
This is
I
it.
know you support.
If
Of
my
course you will
wait,
support.
Olamide added that Whiskey still have mom, and he has
Exactly.
tattoo, he has everything. He choose with ladies, expose their body. It is line of business. You can't expect someone like Shey Working Baloye, that is a journalist, to go into that kind of line. It does not correlate. So it is that line of profession. So I just believe that
Let's
is
look
that
at
balance.
the report on the court ordering the arrest of the Efcc chairman. A High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, in Maitawa, has convicted the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abdurrashid Bawa, for contempt of court in relation to his agency's failure to comply with an earlier order of the court. Justice Chizoba Oji, in a ruling, held that the chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, is in contempt of the orders of his Honorable Court made on the 21st of November 2018, directing the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abuja, to return the applicant his Range Rover supercharged and a sum of 40 million naira. Having continued willfully in disobedience to the order of the court, he should be committed to prison at Kuje Correctional Center for his disobedience and continued disobedience of the said order the court made on November 21st, 2018. That is 2018.
Since 2018.
When you say contempt of court, when court gives an order and
And you
you
fail to
disrespect
adhere.
that court by not adhering to the order, that is contempt
Of course.
of court. What do you think?
But this Abdul Rashid Bar was appointed as EFCC chairman
Yes.
about last year or 2 years ago. I think
Last 2 years.
yeah, 2020. So, and this is 2018. That I don't understand. Like,
They gave the order since 2018.
To him.
Well, EFCC is a
Was it the head of
continuous-
But he
EFCC
wasn't
then?
the-
It was EFCC is a continuous organization.
Okay.
They didn't give the order to him personally.
To
They
the
gave
former
it to
head.
the body.
Okay, to the
the
body.
body.
Okay.
So he is the chairman. So he will
He's
carry
supposed to
out
follow
the
the
directive.
So why didn't the former chairman carry out the directive when it was given before he came into
Mhm.
office?
I don't really know
It's
about
really
that one. Whether
I think-
why didn't he?
Okay, I think the EFCC body needs to be checked because I feel like all these things they are getting from people they have convicted, all the items, all the money, all the
Yeah.
all the properties, everything. I think something is wrong somewhere.
Where are they always keeping
Where are
it?
they
Probably
always
the federal
keeping
government
it?
are still
Are they
the
using
ones
it
that-
for the welfare of the country, or they are converting it to their own personal use or something like that? Because we were here today, EFC collected money from this exactly 1 trillion, 1 billion. Where are they keeping the money? With everything happening in
There was
Nigeria
a
right
video
now.
I saw. Money, the Abia State governor. Is it that money? You saw that video
Video.
on our Instagram where thousands of pounds were stored in a room. However, somebody said that it is not possible because in Buhari government, all these officials and tribesmen are above law.
That's what I just want to say. See, when the head is sick, the body will also be sick.
Of course.
If the leaders are obeying the law, the followers would not want to go against the law. So even let's link it with this Nnamdi Kanu of the thing. They said the court have said release this guy, but the federal government is still holding to the guy, which means they are not obeying the court order. They flouted the court order. So if any other person should disobey the court of
They
law,
are the law.
they are setting the pace already. So people will follow through that line. It's just normal in Nigeria now. Probably it will change in the next few years. I don't know. But for now, it's just the same thing.
It will only change if we have a good government who are ready to adhere to court orders. But
Exactly.
these ones we have them, no. They
bigger
don't
than the
respect of
Anybody.
court order or law. They're not. They're not.
I wish I will see how they will do it, arresting.
Yes.
Do you
Yes,
think he can
sure,
even
man.
be arrested? That's the thing.
You should be arrested. The court has given an order. They should be.
When it
court
was
order.
not, it would tell you that it was not the head of EFCC as at then, and it was not the one that agreed with them or he
Even
didn't
the
commit
lawyer
anything.
tried defending the chairman, but the court refused to hear that. They said they must put him in that Kuje prison first.
Okay, I want to ask something. Is there any board like an organization that is checking what the EFCC are doing?
He's appointed by the president. I think they work with the Minister of Interior.
Huh.
Minister of Interior, that is Ralph Aregbesola.
Don't worry.
We have
Don't bother.
they are politicians. Politicians.
They are working
So they are working
together.
together.
Of
They are
course.
working
So
for
they are all working
themselves.
together.
So if court won't like, they should order and do this. They are not being
No, we
They
are-
are all working under the administration of this.
because see,
of-
a typical example is this thing that's happening to Nnamdi Kanu of IPOB. You get, if court can give an order, if Buhari can say, I'm going to do exactly as the court has said, and then court gives an order,
and then the
And
federal
the
government
field,
is
is flaunting it. That means any other thing is just, except we have a good government who are ready to listen, who understands the rule of law and will abide by it. Because these ones, they know.
And funny enough, there are people that will defend the action of the government.
Because they are being
Even
paid to do
the
so.
government is
exactly. They are
wrong.
being paid.
They are being
They will
paid to
defend
do
the
so.
action of the government. Then if you stand and say it's wrong, it's like, this guy, you are biased and everything.
It's because they are being
And
paid
if you
to do
don't
so.
work in their
Majority of
favor,
them
they will
won't.
remove you.
Of course.
It's just so common in Nigeria. If you don't work,
Even if they
if you don't
should,
work for them,
if
if you
they
work
should,
against them, they are going to remove you.
even if they should get into that position, they will still forget you.
We
That's
had-
the point.
in the earlier days of journalism, we had journalists that fought against the government,
Of course.
stood
How many
against
do we have today?
the government, even the Abacha government that stood against the government. They told the government, what you are doing is wrong. We have Bola Ige. You have
Yes.
you have Dele Giwa,
Giwa.
who was sent a time bomb. Where I was working before, look at the house.
This one to be Hanifa when
When I
He's an
stood there, I
activist.
looked at the house. Look at people. These are people, journalists, that told the government you are doing wrong. You understand? They fought the government. So in these are times we need to do the same thing. If the
Do the
government
same
is
thing
wrong,
inside time.
I think
Imagine, you see,
majority-
imagine as a
most-
journalist, you are even let's say you are saying something that is wrong. You're talking about they will tell you that you're being biased. You're speaking in favor of a particular person. That's what is happening in this country, whereby it has come to a point where everybody is even scared of saying the truth.
Of course.
They don't want to say things the
Because
way
they don't
they are
want to
because you
lose
even
their
be scared
life.
of your own life. Because after the show or whatever, you don't even know who's coming after you.
Of course.
We know the truth. We are
you
saying
know,
it, but why can't you
Ogun
address
State
things the way
governor,
they
there was
are?
a blogger, he's not a journalist, he's a blogger that copied the report somebody did years ago on the governor Dapo Abiodun. Then the guy was arrested, and I didn't know if you watch, if there's a interview that a media house did with the guy. He copied something a journalist, a reporter did. He's a blogger, not a journalist. Did some years ago.
Okay.
The guy was arrested and, however, intimidated because he made that report. And the government felt that this report is tarnishing our image. They had to use just Apple style. Like, you know, like this, the video, the girl taking care of it. There's a report
okay,
that
okay, the nanny.
police had to chain her like a common criminal just to interrogate her. So when you speak against all these things, someone will say, this guy, this lady is biased. You understand? Now, the federal government has refused to obey court orders, and you say it's wrong. No, it's wrong. Then you stand your ground and say it's wrong. Then people, you understand?
Yeah.
So let's go. We'll watch. Before the evening, we'll have an update on what is happening, what's going to happen to the EFCC.
You may not really hear much. They will sweep everything under the carpet.
As always.
Just normal.
Let's continue. Multi-million naira worth of goods and buildings have been destroyed in the fire that gutted the chemical market in Onitsha Head Bridge, Anambra State, with many people said to be trapped in the fire. It was gathered that the fire started at about 12:10 p.m. on Tuesday when the chemicals stored in some shops started exploding one after another. Many people were also said to be injured as the chemicals were exploding and hitting people at various points. The men of the Anambra and Delta State Fire Service are on ground battling to put off the fire. That's what's happening currently in Anambra State. Well, these are control measures. With all these things that cause fire, outbreak, and hazard, we don't have quality
Control measures. We are not. We are
Safety,
reactive.
Safety.
We are not
safety.
proactive. We don't.
There's one that
prepare for all
happened
these
in
kind of
Lagos the
things.
other time.
Yes.
Gas exploded, and like 3 times this year it has happened.
It's always
Ted
happening.
Joshua market.
It's always
Markets are always
Mhm.
being destroyed here and there. Okay, let's go to another report. This, if you're watching us, you can be part of the program by contributing. Do you have any?
Yes, we have a comment. Mr. Roland Oyere said, "Is it not possible because it's not possible because in government all the official." I think we've read that.
Yes.
Yeah, we read that. Okay, let's go on this relation thing. A lady posted. He said, "I hate sex. Even if I get married, I will not allow my husband to touch me. His duty is to provide for me and the kids."
What do you have to say?
Answer.
He didn't direct it to me. No, he didn't call my name. So I assume that he didn't direct it to me.
Start talking.
Mr. Olajide.
Well, you know, some people have a very, very low libido, one. And some people, their upbringing at times, if they are being abused right from time, even the idea of sex at all, they would dislike it. They don't even want it because any attempt to have sex with them would give them that throwback into the experience that they once had, which they don't like. And if they don't even, most people experience different things growing up, so to actually affect them, or probably their upbringing, their family line, probably their mom and their dad or anything. If they don't have a very good family background or a very low libido, they may not like sex. Or if they have been circumcised, they won't like the idea of sex at all because they
So
don't
how would
see
they not
anything
give
there.
back to children?
They won't have sex for fun, for the pleasure of it. They only have sex to give birth. So and after that, you can't just expect I have sex just once, maybe in like 2 years. No, it's not possible. So that's just it.
And
for most of
But the
ladies.
lady is not married. I don't think the lady is prepared or wants to get married.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know how
She does not
people just feel
like it.
comfortable
Something
putting
will surely
out
cause
everything on
it.
social media, like
Maybe it's for clout.
there's a lady that was crying that a boyfriend of 7 years broke the relationship, Abby. Called off the relationship, and she was crying, did a video online. Someone that reacted that if you really affected, you will not be doing video.
You will
At all,
not be
you
doing
not be
video.
doing
You won't have you won't even know where your phone is.
See,
You will just cry silently in your
these
room.
days, people just put out things on social media without even thinking. Probably because they just want people to comment or you want to be noticed. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me that I will just PM, type whatever I want, put on social media. When it's not my WhatsApp status. Even WhatsApp status, you need to check very well because there are some people on your contact list that are ready to even carry it out. Yes.
And read another meaning to it.
Yes. You know, probably she doesn't like sex per se, but not.
Is it possible a lady not
I'm
like
not even
sex?
saying you might. Who doesn't like sex? Like for
Sex
me, like
is natural. Everyone likes it.
No, it depends on the sex
Everyone
that
likes
you're
it.
having.
I
A
remember.
different kind of sex.
Do you remember this lady? I think that happened in Anambra State where they came back, they came home, and then thief came to their house and robbed them,
Okay.
and she was raped.
Wow.
And after the raping, the woman started looking for the thief. So, how the thief did it, the husband had never seen that before.
Adela. Awesome.
Did you see
Yeah,
that
talk.
report? Like for real. She she started looking for the thief. That she wants it. Like the way
That one is another category.
that's
Don't let us
that's what I'm
digest.
wondering. Like, why would somebody imagine that woman like calling the thief to probably to come and steal again and do it for the second time or whatever, and then you are saying you don't like sex.
That one
That's why I
skits.
said there has to be
That's
something.
skits.
It's not skit,
I
though.
read
It's
that
not
report.
skit.
I read
It's
it.
not skit.
I
Like
read
it's
it.
real.
There has to be something like psychologically wrong for her not to like sex, because sex naturally you don't.
Probably is a problem.
Probably there's a problem,
So
psychological
even
problem.
if it's a problem, you've not seen that. Probably she has not seen someone who will make her like it, because I don't think there's anybody who don't like sex.
Some
Probably
people
because of
hate the idea.
situation.
Maybe
You
their
might like the idea,
situation,
but
their
not the
experience. They don't
You might
even
see-
like you talking
You might
about it
like
at
you
all.
might hate the idea, but not the act.
Some no. It is when you buy the idea. That's when you enter the act.
Experience will make you like it.
Because so that
Okay,
idea, they
yes.
won't even want it at
We
all.
started with the FCC chairman. The breaking news that the court has ordered the arrest of the EFC chairman, and he should be put in Kuje Correctional Center. Many people are saying that probably if that is possible, let's see what will happen. And also Onitsha, I think main market on fire, chemical exploding in the shops.
Onitsha that is so choked like that. Just
Yeah.
imagine what will be happening.
So many people. Yeah, we also talked about Tiwa Savage had a new song, and also people are looking at other. Nigerians can look at different things.
Nigerians
They can
Nigerians
pick.
should mind their business.
It's not even money. See, in this country,
They should
no matter
mind
how
their-
much,
she's making her money.
no matter how much
You
you
know
want
that
people
she's
to mind
making
their
her
business,
money.
yeah?
They should mind their business. That's the fact.
No matter how much you want people to mind their business,
She's happily
don't
singing
just
about
put
the
out
sex
anything
tape because
anyhow.
she has even forgotten about it. That's the truth.
No,
she doesn't care.
no, she has not forgotten. If she has
Okay,
forgotten,
she has not
she won't sing about
forgotten.
it.
She sang because she said bloggers, they are trying to like bring out the sex so that she can be depressed and the things.
In the
things
past
can
3
go bad
months,
for her.
have you seen anybody talked about online about?
Nobody
sex
has talked
video?
about. But
Have you
recently,
forgotten that there
when
was
the sex
something
tape
like
of
that?
James Brown came out and that of Oxted came out, they were all talking about it.
No more.
When it came out, they're like, oh, people are now using their sex tape now as this. So they're like, that was how Tiwa brought her own sex tape to out.
And then she now helped us with the song again.
She has brought it to her memory back so that they should be talking.
Because see,
about
that song will take the song will be there forever now.
But she's
If
making
they
her
didn't
money.
throw back, they will remember it. Even if anybody forgets,
She's making her
once
money.
there's a
That's the
throwback,
truth.
once there's a throwback, she'll definitely bring back.
I don't think that kind of thing is new to a kind of Tiwa Savage.
Exactly.
Because this is not the first time she'll be doing something like that. She once did the video vixen with Wizkid that she's
people
older
talked
than
about.
for 10 good years. She's
That's
older than Wizkid. And she did video vixen whereby Wizkid, and she was doing
Well,
a
anyway, last,
whole lot of
last.
things that will generate reactions. It is that reaction that is giving them money. If you are not reacting to them, they will not have enough money. That's just it. So they are doing everything possible to get our reaction. You will retweet, you will talk, do everything, watch that video. You tell your friend, have you seen Tiwa Savage? She said this thing. So all those kind of things, they are making their money. And that is show business. They are investing and making returns. So if it is like Mercy Chinwo or other artists that are singing very good songs, or like Asha or Mawumi, we will be shocked to be like, how would she say such kind of things? Because she has not been saying it before.
Okay,
But
let's
for
read our
Tiwa,
comments. I think people are making comments.
I can't blame her.
Let's read our comments.
Mr.
Bengalala. Say APC must be kicked out come 2023. If P2B we want.
I don't support anybody.
He
Me, I
said
don't.
it's Peter Obi he wants.
Yeah,
Our viewer, we are
we
reading
use
our
we,
viewers'
he.
comments. now.
Okay, he said we.
We are reading our viewers' comments. Mr. Bengalala said APC must be kicked out come 2023. That it is Peter Obi he wants.
Oh, okay, that's very
So
good.
People are
that's-
free to air their opinions.
They are free to air their opinions. So that's it. I'm
Okay.
free to have my own choice of candidates.
And I'm
Mhm.
free to mention who he is
And I'm
as
free
well.
to mention
Because
who it
this
is.
country, we have freedom of speech, I guess.
Because with what we have gone through, we can't
We can't keep
we can't
quiet
allow-
anymore, and that's the
as
truth.
in
We
to
can't just shut us
to
up
expect
like
another
that.
8 years of this thing
No,
happening currently. It's not possible.
Because see,
So
the
I
reason
don't
why we are
understand.
where we are in this country is because we are just being scared of everything.
Why are we scared?
No, when you are scared
Okay,
of
we should keep
everything,
living in fear.
that
and
words will still come to
Very
you
annoying,
until
abeg.
it happens to you. You can't just sideline people and tell them not to talk
This
and just buy your idea.
okay,
just like
fine.
that.
This
It doesn't
APC
happen
of a
like,
thing,
seriously.
they don't know what's up with common Nigerians. What we are going through.
No,
Do
no,
they know?
you don't-
They
you
don't
don't-
know
you don't
because they
expect
have everything in
everybody-
abundance.
You don't expect everybody to just dance to you or to know
So
when you
annoying,
should talk,
abeg.
and then you fold us again, put it inside a handbag. At this point, no. Now I read a report today of what Atedo Peter side, the ANAP foundation. This thing. He said that the way things are. Let me even read that report. I think I have it on my phone. I have it because
So it's good. Like I said, I really followed the Biden Trump election,
Okay.
and the two major media houses, Fox News and CNN,
CNN.
Mm-hmm.
they will pick out a policy of the government and criticize that government. They have their reporters. Even Trump had to send a reporter home.
Yeah,
He had a
I
clash with
remember.
a
I
reporter.
remember.
They don't have it. So the reporter will challenge the president and challenge the policies they do.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's in Nigeria, they say you're attacking, you understand? Even Fox News is against Biden or Biden, whatever policy they see that is not good.
Wait, are they challenge the policy, not the
policy,
personality?
you can't challenge
I
someone's
think
personality.
majority here they challenge the personality instead of the policy and the ideas.
If the policy is not
That's what
working,
they do here.
it's not working. You understand? Whoever that has a good policy should come out and reveal to Nigerians, this is what I'm going to do. Let you tell us.
I think that is
yourself.
what
to mouth. You get.
I think that is what we need to focus on now as electorates. Because majority of people, if you go online now, they are attacking the personalities
The
of
president.
people.
Yeah.
And it's not supposed to be so. Attack the policies, attack the ideas, attack their manifesto. Okay, this idea, is it okay? How can he achieve this thing? No, it is wrong. I disagree with it. But you coming out to say this person is bad, like the human being. No, nobody is bad. The idea can be bad, the policy can be bad, the manifesto can be bad. But Nigeria here, we like attacking each other like human to human. That is what we do. And that's bringing us back.
Okay, you want to read it?
Yeah, Nigerian entrepreneur and economist Atedo Peter Side has said that young Nigerians will set the agenda for the 2023 general election. He made his assertion while speaking in an interview on Channels Television's Politics Today. He said, with an electorate made up of mostly young individuals, one can be certain that their impact will be felt on the outcome of the polls. In quote, he said, we have an electorate that is now full of young people. The younger ones are now the majority. From what they have been writing and saying, they understand the issues. They understand better that some people are taking this country for a ride.
Exactly.
Of course.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, no matter how much you want to run away from it, we must definitely talk. If the manifesto, who is setting the manifesto is an individual, is a person. It's not spirit writing it.
Of course.
You get. So if the manifesto is wrong, that means the person that is writing the manifesto, something is wrong with the person as well. So you can't just ignore it and say it's okay. Because I believe that before we get to this point, we are in this mess today because people are scared to say something. Someone is saying something, but you don't want to talk about it because you don't know what is going to come and what is coming for you after that. So at this point and at this stage we are in now, this is a point whereby nobody needs to be scared. Just say it out, because that one word you might say might help somebody who is ignorant out there to have an idea of what is going on. So we cannot just keep quiet.
It is in
That's
the
my
same
point,
country that we
actually.
are that they intercepted a ship that steals oil.
You
And
get.
after some hours, they set that ship on fire. And the investigations, as in media, if you want to carry out investigation, they will frustrate you. They will not allow you to carry out
Yeah,
investigation.
you get.
Your findings, they will threaten you.
Of
That
course.
is the government that we have today. So when you castigate the government on that policy, that thing they do that is wrong, people take it out overboard, and they think that you hate somebody so much. If you walk on the streets, most people who don't experience what I'm experiencing here today. If you walk on the street, you see the kind of suffering Nigerians are going through. If you're a big man, you know that the people depending on you, people asking you for money, you know how it is. You feel it.
Yeah.
So these people are so angry with the system. So you expect them to
just sit still and do nothing about it.
When you do something wrong, they must react to that thing. You understand? React to that thing. If this is wrong, no, our politicians, they bring in tribalism, religion,
yeah,
and
just
also
to set us apart,
ethnicity.
you know, and it's
Me,
wrong.
I'm not a tribalistic person.
No,
I'm not.
I'm myself. I'm not.
Whether Igbo, outside Yoruba, me,
whether Muslim or Christian. I
said it before. My best candidate is Shore.
Me, my best candidate would have been Fashola if he was there.
Currently, my best candidate is Shore.
Shore is very okay. If you listen to Shore, if you read his manifesto,
I see him. I feel he has the will to carry out what he's saying without looking at anybody.
Because you know why? He has nothing to lose, as a matter of fact. He has absolutely nothing to lose.
If Peter Obi gets there, those are some of his former colleagues and blah blah. They might want to do one abracadabra, something for him, just frustrate him. You understand? Tinubu is somebody that 10 years from now is a very good person. But he's not, you understand? Atiku, I can't even talk about Atiku.
Well, no, even see, Atiku might be a good person. Like he might have a good intention for the country, but for the fact that there is crisis where you are and you can't even unify it, and you're talking about unifying a whole country of over 200 million people.
I even think about.
No, you might have a good plans. I'm not disputing that fact, but then based on what we are seeing happening, that we are not blind to. These are the things that we are seeing. And that's what we are talking about. We are talking based on the things we are seeing, reality. Not that anybody is trying to manufacture one thing that doesn't exist. No. But these are the things that you guys are putting before us for us to see.
Okay, for instance, now, the court has ordered the arrest of the EFCC chairman. Let's watch.
Nothing is going to come out of it. It's not this present government. Like I said before, except this government changes, then we can talk about something genuinely happening.
Who appointed the EFCC chairman?
It's why they appointed.
So you now expect the EFCC chairman to go to the jail correctional center?
It's not possible.
Because some of these things we are taking, if it's in other climes, they will have everybody will have gone in the streets.
See, even if they do it in other climes, it does not make it right. Even if the United States of America does it, it does not make it okay.
It does not make it right. I say if it's somewhere, people who have gone out on the street, shut down many places and start protesting. But yeah, when you speak, people
protested in France last month due to inflation.
Do you remember? I think that was in India, right? I can't remember the state where people took protest to the government house and chased the president out.
Sri Lanka.
Yes. Imagine that kind of thing happening in
Nigeria.
In the States, they never even chase governor. How much more president?
They don't chase local government.
And then if you even talk self, they'll be like, you are.
There's a road, Mokolu Road. If you're going to, you know that Mokolu Road?
Yes.
You know, there's a time they did that road.
Yeah, of course.
They did that road. Now, for instance, normally, if anybody is doing any road, there should be a video of what is being done there, how they are doing what they are doing for accountability. It is not up to 3 months. You can see how bad that place is, and they have spent funds, and they expect you to keep quiet. That road they have done it like 4 times. I've been in Ogba for like, let's say, 17 years now. They have done that road for more than 4 times, and it keeps getting bad and bad. And you stay there, they expect you not to talk. You should not say anything.
You should not say anything, and people will be having accidents on that road. A lot of things will be happening. Then you must not talk. Then if you talk, you are a bad person. Or
when they are going to dig that, what they call it? Is it gutter? What they call it?
Gutter. Drainage.
When they'll spend like as if they are forcing them to do it. They now carry the sand and block the road. Now it's the only one place that will be passing. Something that they will do and make everything, tidy everything. They just abandon, leave it so. So they expect you not to talk. If you now go to the local government and report, they'll say you all done too much.
You can't even go to. How can you report someone to himself?
They'll say, now bring in this sentiment. Whether they'll look at religion. probably the local government is a Muslim. They say, oh, because he's a Muslim, that's how you Christians. They'll bring all those mentality that does not really make sense. Probably if that person is whether Yoruba and you are whether Delta or Igbo, you see, they bring all those things. Now, the road that everybody is passing through, that you're not doing well, somebody is trying to bring your attention to it, that these things are not being done well, no accountability. They will not bring out spreadsheet and say, people, this is what we spend, this is how we did it, this is how we did it, bit by bit, brick by brick. They won't do that same thing, and they will expect you to keep quiet. And when people come to defend such atrocity, and you try to put them in order, they say you're biased.
Yeah.
Well,
Now it's invest me with that, honestly.
I think
you can't just tell me with all the knowledge I have, with all the number of years I've lived, with all the things I've seen, you're still trying to tell me that I'm biased. No, that means I don't even know. Like, seriously, sometimes I tend to be very, very careful when I say something, because but the truth is, no matter how careful one try to be, when it don't reach your doorstep, your eye go open, you got stuck.
Okay, let's look at this report. Now in Ghana, teachers went on strike because they appointed a banker to be head of their teachers union. Now they said somebody that must be head of that teachers, the education sector must be an educationist. Teachers union must be an educationist, somebody who read education. Over the years, it has been. Now they have to change it and put a banker that does not really know much about education and probably won't understand how to work in that. But if it's in Nigeria, they can go and carry somebody that would form certificate and they put them in ministries and people keep quiet. A whole teacher union in Ghana, they have been on strike till now. They have been on strike because they appointed a banker
over teachers
as the head of the teacher union. They say no. Go to like I said, I told some people, if your son or daughter is studying in Nigeria, probably in a public school, that is my opinion, you are already backward when it comes to world education. Some countries will not take your first degree. They will prefer you to go back and take 2 or 3 years exam because they don't value education. Because how bastardized the education is.
Nigeria's system of education is backward.
Go to these private schools, private secondary schools. It is the student that graduates that they will not convert to teacher.
Yes.
The SS3 student that graduates before the guy writes his exam, jam the person, they now convert the person to teacher, and that's the same person that will in a private school. So when you speak out, some people just sit down and said, "I don't understand." Sorry. Hey.
Sorry about that.
Well, I think people should just need to be politically aware of what is going on. People need to be enlightened, not someone creating awareness. People need to start using their cell phones instead of doing TikTok and the likes. Know what is going on online. Know everything. Know something about everything. Learn about the government. Don't say, if you don't my vote, everything. No, something. What will happen will happen. It's not about. No, join the process. I watched one video. I've been seeing updates in the northern part of Nigeria now, whereby some northerners actually come up to the street and say, okay, we have our northern leaders leading Nigeria for about 40 years or so now, and nothing has happened to the northern part of Nigeria.
Children in millions in the north.
There are millions there.
Most head of states and in north.
Most head of states are from the northern part.
In the north. Ministers in the north. Everything.
So that means they are now waking up. Those guys there are now waking up gradually, and I think if they can continue like that, and the western part, eastern part, everybody, if people are awake like that, they are no more than us. The ruling class are not up to 0.01% of Nigeria's population. That is it.
They need us.
See,
if they
now
don't, they won't be.
They need us now. They are coming to us for our vote, either directly or indirectly, or by buying the vote or something. So now they need the vote. They need us to get to that seat of power. Now when they get there, they just feel as if they are one kind of authoritarian. They just appoint anybody to any office. No, it shouldn't be so. It shouldn't be so at all. I think people just need to be politically aware. That's just
okay. Let's look at Kemi Olunloyo, who said that Davido should remove assurance from all streaming platforms.
Why?
Because she went to the. I'm sorry.
Because what?
Because she went to the beach and then Yemoja, that's the water goddess, told her that Davido told her to give a message to Davido that it should go and remove assurance to avoid generational curses.
See, there's a
See,
spiritual.
let's go to
There's a
another one.
spiritual thing attached to
Let's go
this.
to
Let's go to another
To-
bit. That woman is
can
something
we
else.
read the
I
comments?
think our son even disowned her maybe a few days ago.
Yeah, that was on Saturday.
There's no way you can be that woman's son and not be ashamed at times.
Let's
That's
read.
just
Let's
it.
read the comments that we have here. Benga Lala, I'm going to skip one of your this thing. There is a forced scarcity. Nigerians are suffering. Nothing is working anymore. This is not the Nigeria we dreamed of. Tinubu campaigned for APC and told Nigerians that 1 naira would be $1. Okay. Nnejika Kajitan, all your choice is waste of time. There is nothing like election in Nigeria. Come 2023, okay. She also said, I don't know if he or she, we have foolish youths everywhere. Please get sense, get oil on your head, okay. APC administration is the worst since Nigeria gained democracy. Nigeria is endowed with great potentials. There are a lot of natural resources. Me, I'm angry, I am ready, and I will root my team.
Very
What
good.
has happened to the Accountant General of the Federation? That's Wingalala.
Yeah.
Where is the billions stolen by him? Till date, we didn't hear anything. Joseph Omo, is that correct?
Omo.
Hi guys and ladies. Nigeria problems are based on survival of the fittest. No country will survive without the government. Thanks.
Let's not read vibe loud. Let's leave vibe. Me no gonna enter me say I dey wear beach clothes. I mean, how they wear beach clothes?
No.
Okay, you know you're wearing gym. He's wearing gym clothes.
today. Yeah. Well,
Okay,
I think someone said he's angry or something, but I think that anger is actually okay. At times, people see the bad side of anger, but anger can be used as a tool to actually make a move
Anger can
and
be used as a tool
inspire people to achieve a
something
certain
meaningful.
goal or something meaningful. So something like that, he can actually tell his families, tell his friends, sensitize people around us, probably in the rural areas, because they are the most voting bloc. Most of these urban areas, they don't come outside to vote. They only press phone, upload, tweet, and retweet.
The ignorance in Nigeria.
The ignorance is too high. It's weaponized ignorance. That is it. It is weaponized.
When you meet somebody in the rural area, ask the person, who are you voting for? Example, why are you voting for this person? You see their response.
Some people tell you,
just lose
it's because of my ethnic, it's my person. Nothing more than that. Nothing more than that.
My brother.
It's my brother. Is your brother, what has your brother done? We are not looking, even if this person is my blood brother, if you don't have a good track record, I'll be against you. I don't care. I don't care about it.
I don't really understand, because you meet all these old, should I say, no, maybe
it's not even about
who has children that are higher institution or that have finished higher institution. Then you meet them, and those children of theirs, they're not working. No, probably they just have to like open one business for them, or they are doing POS, because that's the common thing now for private POS in Nigeria. You'll be like, okay, ma, who are you voting for in this coming election? The person will mention why.
It's my
I have to vote my brother. Do you have a son? The person will say yes. Is it since my son finished school, he's not working, so why are you still going to vote for this person, knowing that your son is supposed to have gotten a job, and then he's been carrying CV up and that he couldn't get one, and he said, it's better for me to vote my brother than to vote for another person. And then you were so.
Some people don't know why they should actually change their thoughts when it comes to voting process or choosing the candidate to vote for. So they actually need people to sensitize them, reach out to them, tell them why. Help them to analyze the 3 or 10 or 100 candidates that we have.
I remember from Abia State, actually. I remember sometime, that should be in 2003, when a particular governor was the governor of my state.
Okay.
That's Objus of Kano. When he was the governor, he brought us something like adult education for people that didn't go to school. Okay. My mom was part of the
beneficiaries.
Yeah, she was a beneficiary. And I noticed that during that time, this woman, she started like speaking, you understand? So if everybody is intellectually
sound, they will not be able to control us like this. That is what they know.
That's why they've removed something, so that they want everybody to be, how will I put it?
See, the North is a typical example of it. They say North is the voting bloc, people go to North to liaise with them. It is because their people are backward. Yes, it is because they've weaponized the literacy there. If you are enlightened, nobody will be able to control you.
somebody can have sense. Somebody can still not be ignorant and still have the same PVC you have, and it's what they say.
Most of the times, majority of the time, most people that I know like that, they are not ignorant. It's either they are dancing to the tune of their paymasters, one, or they are the breadwinner of the family, or the person has done something for them and they believe this my vote and my family's vote is a payback. So at times I don't actually blame them. I just try to make them see reasons why they should actually do what is right
You can't
instead of
just-
what will just
you
benefit
can't-
only
you
them.
can't just do something because of the now. When you're doing something, you consider the future, the future aspect of it.
Okay.
After now,
Yes.
what happens tomorrow?
Let's get your comments on the EFC chairman. The court now has ordered the IGP, the Inspector General of Police, to carry out the order. What do you think should happen? He has to go to Kuje prison. Then from there he can make his plea. He can still go to court. But I believe we must make things right.
Of course.
And speak against anything that is insolent. The chairman should not be above the law. He has to go back to court.
Nobody. I thought they said nobody is above the law. Nobody should.
They are the law.
And the honest truth is, if you're serving in any of the ministry or in any capacity, and you know that you're not doing well, it's not bad thing to step down. It's not bad.
In Nigeria, it's an abomination.
It's not bad to step down.
You don't
can
step
actually
down in Nigeria.
Actually, it only earns you some dignity. Like you step down, just there, nothing is working, and people are calling you out.
Like the Minister of Education that admitted he failed.
And he got an award. He got awarded as well now. So
we have this
just celebrating failure.
Labor and that is Ngige. He's just there.
He has failed as well. You cannot even see, aside him coming out to even acknowledge his failure, he has failed woefully. Woefully.
Is the House of Rep leader, that is Femi Gbajobamila, that is even doing the job of this Minister of Labour.
Can you see?
He's one mediating. He's one that even mediated. That's why the lecturers, the ASU had to call up the strike. Had to obey, the court order.
Yes.
They had to step down. He's the one that is mediating. If you have left them with a minister of Labour and Productivity who ran for presidency,
imagine,
who bought from 100 million.
Was it not the one who approved Kodwa and Namda or this thing just to divide ASU?
Mr. Pitt is asking that what did the EFC chairman did and who sued him?
Okay, there is according to the reports, there's a court injunction in 2018. A man was arrested and this EFCC had to seize 40 million naira, and the court asked Efcc to return those things to him. Let me read it out. Let me just read it out for more clarity. Okay. A high court of the Federal Capital Territory in Maitama has convicted the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, Abdul Rashid Bawa, for contempt of court in relation to his agency's failure to comply with an earlier order of the court. Justice Chizoba Oji, in a ruling, held that the chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, is in contempt of the orders of this honorable court made on November 21st, 2018, directing the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abuja, to return to the applicant a Range Rover Supercharge, that's a Range Rover Sport, and a sum of 40 million naira. Now, continuously, they willfully, according to the court, disobeyed the order of the court. So they said that he should be committed to prison at Kuje Correctional Center for his disobedience and continued disobedience of the said order of court made November 21st, 2018, until he purges himself of the contempt. Listen, he said the Inspector General of Police shall ensure that the order of this honorable court is executed forthwith. The judge said Justice Oji rejected the arguments put forward by the lawyer to the EFCC. So the EFCC lawyer tried to defend, but the judge rejected the argument and said that he should go to Kuje. So that's what happened. Range Rover and 40 million since 2018, the court has ordered to return to the said person, but they have refused since 2018. I think that's 4 years from now.
Yeah, 4 years.
So that's what happened. Who is the person?
4 years to counting.
Okay, let's look at our brother Portable.
What did he do again? His car was smashed.
and they stabbed him.
Wala.
Really?
Yeah, they stabbed him. I saw him, he was jumping.
That
Well,
guy is just for the street. It belongs to the street. Let them stay in
God.
the
he
street.
belongs in which
It's
street?
just so very
It's not tough
controversial.
now. It's not tough.
As maybe see, I will say
It's not
Agege.
tough. It's not tough.
Actually,
It's not tough as you're looking at it. If you know street guys don't make noise. They
They
don't.
don't make
They
noise.
don't.
Exactly.
They don't cap anyhow.
They are not dirty.
Uh,
This one is dirty.
I saw. It's like they broke the guy get money, sir. See, if you buy Range Rover, that kind of at least get
It
money.
was given to him.
By who?
The Range Rover
He
was
has the
given
money
to
to buy that kind of Range Rover. He can't expect Portable not to have
But I've not seen
15
him.
million in his account
I've
or
not
20
seen him with
million.
another
It's
car
not possible.
aside from that one.
Will he use all his money to buy
Which one
cars?
does he have?
I think he was almost crying in that video.
Do you know how much they are selling
The glass and his money. His money. Okay, that's Portable.
yeah, we have comments.
Okay.
Mr. Is it Miss Udi or Mr. Udi? He said, "Can you guys talk about the flooding issue? The so-called humanitarian minister wants to turn into politics." Who is the
The
humanitarian?
flooding issue, yes. We have the minister saying that, Bayelsa State is one of the states. He said, he talked about Bayelsa State as not amongst the top 10.
Flooded
I will not
areas,
blame the
flooded
humanitarian
state
minister. It is the governor that went and started doing Thanksgiving. Now, he did not indicate how many local governments. He didn't file it, make a proper report so that they can look into it. So they're just going on visiting here, now going for Thanksgiving, and he was dancing. We say, "I will thank God." Some things that different nations of the world have already solved. That don't have money. There's some countries that don't have the money Bayelsa is making.
Of course.
Yet they will not experience such flood. Some things that you people would have been in that corridor of power, because there's no how. The next governor must have been in government.
Of course.
So they have been around the corridor of power for a very long time, and you people could not solve the issue.
That problem, and it keeps on occurring every year.
I don't blame the federal government. I blame the state government because they have this intervention fund that is being given to them. You understand? Now the Efcc chairman, I think I'm looking at this. They want to persecute this guy because there are revelations that he wants to make. Some governors have stashed money in their houses. Many revelations are coming. And these governors are powerful, so they know how to.
So they are trying to I get
I'm suspecting. I'm just
so maybe so they can remove him.
There's a video I saw on Instagram. Flip to Instagram. Go to flip to Instagram. There's a video. Money, even the money was like he's getting rotten. Money, as in money, you get to this level. Dollars, pound. They say he's the Abia State governor. Stored that money.
Cash.
And I just say that's my state. Aba is just like it's just like a deserted area. You can't even get to Arora International Market like this rainy season. Jesus, do you know the last time I went home, coming from Port Harcourt, there is no road. Like after Obibo, coming down to Okwa, there is no road. Like,
are you saying there's no road? The last time I traveled,
you cry.
There's what they call this place they call Ozubulu. You know Ozubulu?
I don't know the place.
It's a major road. There's Port Harcourt Road before you enter Ozubulu. I've been there for like the past 10 years. I've not been there. But the last time I traveled last 3 or 4 years, I could not recognize.
That's a long time now. I'm talking about this year.
Was a refuse dump on a major
road. See, Port Harcourt Enugu Expressway. Like, if you see the refuse dump on the road, the whole place was smelling like, I don't even know. I was like, wait, though, but they have a governor here. PDP governor.
Either PDP or APC or ANPP or OPC
states.
Governor, they should just
the
do
place
well.
Is just like I couldn't.
And the people there should do well to vote them out. Someone is not working.
So the tricycle driver was like, it's like it's been long. You came. I couldn't just talk because the place was smelling. You don't understand. And if you see how people were walking, I'm like, how can it be comfortable here? Okay.
I think Doyin Okupe, he said Peter Obi would not be attending every debate or occasion that he would be invited now.
Except
that if they want it to be a presidential debate, all presidents must be there. If they want a vice presidential debate, then they send their vice president there or something, but said they won't be honoring all the debates anymore.
We are tired of
They will
manifestos.
select it.
APC 2015, they had a very wonderful manifesto.
That was when they also told us that $1 would be equal to
2019, they had a very wonderful manifesto. But the leader, the president himself, who is that person? How can that person respond to issues? It is until they come to this debate, and this debate should not be just any, they should drill them. Question, they should ask them questions. Let's see how they can handle the situation.
See, let me tell you something. These presidential candidates, I'm not mentioning names, like these, some of them are not ready to answer questions they're not prepared from their houses for. Because while they are there, questions will be thrown to them from right, center, everywhere. And if they are not prepared, how are they going to answer it? They want a scripted stuff whereby they can look into what they have and answer you just the way it's coming. You understand? Imagine that, okay, you call me and Gladys, I'll be interviewing you tomorrow on this topic. Should I will not prepare and come?
You prepare.
Imagine that you call me and say, okay, I'm going to interview you, just come. I don't know what you're going to ask me. I might skip it. Because me, I know going want for my hand. And I believe that's what they are doing. They will not want to cast themselves. Let me use that language. They will not want to cast themselves. They will not.
Even if you are not prepared, you are a president. For a presidential aspirant, there's your IQ, your intelligence quotient must be up to a certain level whereby no question will catch you off guard. You would have an answer to give. Even if you won't answer the question directly, indirectly, or a scenario or a story, you should be able to come up with something to just say, not every time you read or something, because you won't have a prepared answer to every economic problem. It's not possible. We didn't know that there will be flood. We didn't know that COVID-19 pandemic will come. So that is just impromptu. We didn't know as well.
Okay, now, if you look at inflation now, Nigeria is owing. The dollar, the naira is down. You can ask the presidential candidate, now with all these things, how would you manage the economy? That's a good question. Then let's see their response, how they will handle it. Give us specifics. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do
how? It's not even, I'm going to do this. You know, if someone tells me, I'm going to make sure, so I said, I'm going to make sure there is free education. So Kimbaloye asked him that, how are you going to fund the free education? He said the amount of money they've siphoned out of this country, if they bring them back, it is enough to fund education for the next 50 years. That is still a kind of solid plan. You can see that, okay, you would achieve this through this means, not just, okay, I'm going to make $1, $1. Okay, how would you achieve it? In what time? Is it in 2 years? Is it in 6 months? Is it in 8 years? Is it in the next 25
Nigeria
years?
is so blessed and so rich that if any government wants to do something within 1 year, they can achieve it. But because of selfishness, they will rather not do it. Instead, they want to enrich their own pockets, first of all. Send their children abroad to one of the best schools abroad, as in put everything in place for them. Even if they leave power, they're not going to lack nothing. That's the problem that we are having in this country. And then we are also seeing these same signs again coming 2023, and some of us are still acting blind to them because we want to.
I just think 2023 election would be a different one. If it holds, it would be a different one. It won't be the normal election whereby guys are playing football on the streets and they are doing election. No, it won't be that one now. Because 2019, 2015, 27 or 20 something like that, guys will be playing football. On the election day, they'll feel like my vote won't count.
Before 2019, there was the 2015 election, right?
Yes,
I remember 2015 election. I was watching the whole stuff on Channels television when they were counting the votes and when they declared the
winner.
Buhari the winner.
That man, they give touch now. So that guy really give touch now.
I was just watching the whole stuff.
Is it that man? I say bring more touch, bring more touch, bring more touch.
Is it Jega?
You want to announce the election? You know, zero tonight. So yes, we have discussed a lot. We love the comments coming in. Yes, we love the comments coming in.
Yeah.
Let's. Where would you like to be this December?
Honestly, I want to go on a vacation. Like seriously, Canada. Like 1 week is enough for me. Let me just ease up. 1 week.
Yeah,
of course, not in Nigeria.
Canada.
Even if I'm to go, maybe Calabar. Yeah, so I can attend Calabar
I
Carnival.
don't want.
They're
Calabar.
hosting one this year. Wow, Calabar Carnival is hosting this.
Oh,
It's actually fun.
December.
Would you want to go to a concert?
A concert, that's true. A concert.
I wouldn't want to
Maybe
go
the
to a concert.
experience.
I would just like to go to a kind of. I'd like to go to Mauritius. Sure you get Mauritius.
Which one is Mauritius?
It's an African
It'd
country.
be like
It's an,
Botwater.
it's an African
Name
country.
of
So I'd just
Botwater.
like to go there. There's a kind of place there whereby you can just stay there.
Sorry,
It's
is
a
that
cool
Mr. Christian,
environment.
Are you twin?
No, I'm not twin. No,
Are you twin?
Thing
Sorry,
like
that's
that.
what Did they look alike?
no, now the picture of this guy take us. Come make our head big.
Oh,
I don't like concerts.
Someone
You just stand
abused
and be
me,
looking at
Christian.
people and be jumping up and down.
I'm open to abuse.
Someone abuses says, small boy, what are you saying? Ozobolo boy, say what you know. You've not been home for 10 years, Christian. Like,
I
seriously.
said the last time I traveled,
The last 10 years.
I traveled to Aba.
But
Aba. The place that is not okay is Abana.
Who told you?
Ah,
Not just Abba, like, seriously.
you see, this guy say Ozubulu. Ozubulu, that's what I say. Ozubulu Road. There's one Ozubulu Road.
okay.
Ayamuka, he knows if he's from that place, you understand. That road is
Yeah, I'm
terrible.
lost,
Phew.
No,
You see,
try and
you are-
travel. Let me take you around
How to where?
to my states.
I'm
Even though
not,
it's not
I'm
fine.
not
you
going
can-
anywhere.
Documentary is very,
So
very
let me just
very,
be in
very
my
necessary.
let me just be in my house and just be relaxing there.
Let me go and
And everything should just come to
You
me.
say the governor didn't wait for Thanksgiving because he wants to. Is
there's
to
a
see
disaster
national
in the
stress.
state. There is a flood disaster in the state. Snakes are killing people. People are leaving their house.
Mhm. Corpses are being exhumed by water, and you are going to church.
I be flood kill some people
Mhm.
inside the burial ground.
God, I beg.
It will kill them.
Oh God, I saw what this guy just
Kill
did.
them.
Flood keep people inside the ground. Oh God, why are you like this? Person don't die, don't bury.
Because they carry person
Flood don't kill them again.
carry person for
God dies again.
and yeah, no say frivolity sometimes. Some things you don't need. You don't need at. Okay. I think he's now the humanitarian minister is not even considering Bayelsa State in the
He
federal
said
government.
it's not the top.
It's not considering Bayelsa State.
Yes,
The federal government
as,
plan.
as
She
the
said-
most affected
as the
state.
most affected. It's not one of the top 10.
See,
It's not one of the top 10.
Yes.
So which state is
She
among the
said
top 10?
Kogi,
Kogi State.
she said Jigawa too.
Jigawa
Kogi.
State.
Yes.
Is among the top
Bayelsa-
10 when it comes to
Bayelsa-
flooding.
Yes.
Bayelsa, that's almost about
Everywhere.
Bayelsa that
40% of Bayelsa is water.
Oh God. What about River State?
Bayelsa and River State.
I don't even know.
We have
See, these
we have
people don't
Anambra
rate us.
State.
We have
people don't
Anambra,
rate us at
Imo
all.
State. Actually, my roommates, like their backyard, their house was inside water in Imo State, Uguta, local government of Imo State. It's like Zandabe, Ukuta. We all know the place. So, I don't know when people are talking, Sha. Okay, is it because you're living in Aso Rock? You don't know what's happening outside the Aso.
I think at times they politicize so many things in this country. They feel like, okay, this state has not been working in our favor.
And this
Or this state is for the opposition party.
This same Bayelsa State and rivers that I saw the video that it was really, really affected. Even if this flood continues till February, that the election will take place, they will bring ballot box inside the water.
And most people
And
there
they'll
will
still
vote
vote.
for these people that kept you inside this mess.
I honestly don't understand where some people are coming from. Like, seriously.
Okay. Yes, sir. We're getting close to the end of we are getting close to the end of Rock Bush of and
So you were asking us where do we want to?
You want
Do you
to-
want to take us out?
no, I'm just asking. Like, let's know your mind. Where
See,
you want
all I'm to say, anybody when no fear, may know the ask how far.
Exactly.
If you don't ask us how far, now how well.
Exactly.
No, you can actually ask how far.
If once you ask us
Somebody
where
might
do we want to go to, that means all bills on you.
Canada. All based on your lamide.
I'm not going
Anybody-
to Canada, please.
I saw it.
Let me just take
Even
one
traveling to
more.
the south is for me is risky at this point.
It's even
Who is
risky
traveling? I'm
now.
not traveling.
Even traveling to Ekiti State.
I'm not.
Even traveling to Ogun State here.
Auguste, exactly.
Auguste here.
This Lagos.
I'm here.
This
I'm here in Lagos. To even take flights now.
Even in this
Jesus
Lagos,
Christ.
if you have your money, you would enjoy.
Say they go in, she they go in Suka, they go school. She reach airport, carry
The
taxi,
kidnapper.
Because those guys they watch you. Like
Mhm,
this
they
guy and
watch you.
and money go there and people
Same,
eye they
that's
red for this season.
Eh.
People eye they red.
Yeah,
They
election
can't
is coming.
you can be walking on the road daytime. People you don't know what's in your mind. Probably
I
that
think
your
we should-
phone they want to collect or
I think we should talk on something. I was listening to that town hall meeting, and I noticed that majority of those candidates were talking about recruiting people into the army.
Yeah,
like
50
they
million.
said they need more soldiers.
Yes. No, we need
Okowa
more
was even
soldiers.
complaining that most Deltans now they don't want to join the army or something
Why
like
would
that.
they join?
I was just
Why
like,
would they
would he
join?
advise his own son to join the army
Let me
now?
tell you something. Do you know what these people do? Like from my own observation, my opinion, though, I feel that those people from the southern part of this country that joins the military, they'll take them to Sambisa Forest.
Okay.
Take them to one of those northern states that banditry is the order of the day, and then those ones from that side, they will bring them to the east or to the south where nothing is happening. You understand? And then imagine the last time I traveled home, every checkpoint
Okay.
you will see either police
Or
or
military.
military, and they are there collecting money on the road. I remember the last time and the first and last time I went to Kano State. From Kaduna to we got to Kano, there was no single checkpoint.
From Kaduna to Kano.
Not even one. I didn't see one. That was in 2019.
No.
2018 rather. I didn't see one. From Kaduna to we got to Kano, I didn't see one checkpoint on the
But
road.
you see now, there will be now.
But if you're coming to, let's say from Lagos to let's say Anambra, you can't count how many, like uncountable. It's just as if the last time I went to I took this thing bus. It was like someone in the bus was even asking, is it not every one pole you see checkpoints? And they are all there. They are not searching nothing. They are just collecting money.
I think it's because they are being underpaid by their what will I call it? By their principals. I think because they have been underpaid, so they get to vent their anger on the people and extort.
Imagine someone like me, you want me to recruit me, go which army? I don't they go. How would I even want to go? Because I don't even know what is waiting for me down there.
I just think as much
Except things are done properly.
I think as much as we need more military men, we need more people, but they need to work on the economy. In fact, they should be thinking at times. I just look at these presidential candidates. They are not even talking about our correctional centers. If you want to know how a country is faring, how good a country is, go and look at the correctional center first. How are they treating those people that are seen as being bad? If they can treat them worse. So we that are not portraying negativity, how would they treat us? Those people are there because the economy is bad. If anyone steals now, that means the person does not have money in his pocket. Majority of all these things, if they work on the economy, the byproduct is crime will reduce. When the Bible says an idle hand, it's the devil's workshop. So if you're having more personnel in the police, more personnel in the army, and you're not working on the economy, we will still have more people that will still be negative. So this just work on the economy.
Let's discuss this, and this will be our last discussion. Say, guys, very nice discussions. Please discuss how we are to select between the candidates and then how to nullify money politics. That's Marziani saying that one. For me, who is a better candidate? Okay. For me personally,
okay,
I don't see Nigeria getting better with the crop of leaders we have and the system. Now, if you are looking at the 1999 Constitution, that is the basis of governance. You are not going to do anything beyond. That is your guideline.
Okay.
And if the foundation is destroyed,
it's faulty.
Your house you are building, you will just be struggling. So anybody that is going to enter now will be struggling to do what is going to benefit the people. Because I believe the 1999 Constitution was created to protect the elite.
Of course.
And not people-oriented constitution. So first, anybody you are going to vote now will be, except the person in his manifesto or in their campaign will say they will work on the constitution and restructuring. Anybody that says that, and one person that has said that is Shore.
And did he say how it would?
No, let's not even go to how now. I'm just telling you that if Nigeria is going to be better, and number two, if Nigeria is going to be better, when you say something is virus, if you want to flush virus, you need to flush the virus totally. So many leaders that we have in almost every strata of government, every level of government, they are virus. to the progress of Nigeria and Nigerians. Virus. If you have worked in, one of my uncle works in Imo State Civil Service, and I've had this opportunity to get there and see how they run things. When you go there, you know that this country is finished.
Of course.
So such people in those positions, if there's a way that we can overhaul the system, because if a P2B enters and we have some people in the ministries, he cannot be everywhere. He will sack, he will tire. People that have businesses now, they are finding it difficult to employ sales girls because the corruption is even in the London. You cannot, they will steal your money. Not to talk of now people that are in government. In a country, we have 80% of our oil reserve stolen.
Over 80%.
You know what they mean in every
That one is
80%.
organized crime. I can't steal.
And somebody is pointing
hand
hand to a government. So that government, they need to overhaul the government from whoever. Because if someone is going to appoint somebody, is the criminal will be the person that will bring another person that will do his bid. I told you, my pastor, he had this contract with a ministry, and they will not tell you physically, they will bring you to a room, they will tell you point blank that this is our court. Whatever you want to do, do. So let's leave the president and those people in those ministries overhaul. Let there be a death penalty. Most of the crime, there should be a death penalty. If you do this, let them start from the big people, the politicians. If you go against this
is it. This is what will happen. And let it
zero tolerance for corruption. And again, I don't see this thing happening in the next 10 years. That is my opinion. I'm saying I don't see it happen. The reason why I want people to enter is when they enter, they open their eyes to more. There are things we don't know. There are things they will not allow the media get their hands on. Or if any of the media guys know, they will threaten them and say, keep this as a secret. There are things that if they reveal to Nigerians will stand up today. No matter how biased want to be, be an ethnic bigot or a religious bigot. No matter how bigotry has taken over you, you stand up and you get so angry.
Yes.
That you want to take over what these people are doing. So when the foundation, I don't know, choosing a good leader now, for me, there's no good leader with the system that we have. That's my own personal opinion.
My opinion, I believe, it's not even that I believe. I know. My discernment, my instinct is telling me that there is a good leader. There are good leaders within them. But the bad ones have overshadowed the good ones. So even if they want to come outside and say this thing is not good, they would harm them or they should hurt their family. That's just it. And I think that if anyone out of the good ones actually emerge as the president, you should draw people that are good. You should draw them closer and put them in key positions. So key positions that will lead him to reorganizing the constitution entirely, like revamp the overall total constitution. They should just do that. If they can rewrite the constitution again, that would be very, very okay.
And for the presidential candidates, look at their antecedent. Don't let people distort or try deceiving you. There are so many people that are being paid to deceive people
online everywhere.
And this guy did it. Your eyes can see. You are there. You can see it. Your conscience will tell you. Your conscience is alive. Will tell you the truth about some of these presidential candidates.
Some people don't have conscience.
Whether the person is outside,
Igbo, stomach,
Yoruba, whatever,
overshadow their conscience.
Look at them. Their antecedent, how they carry them, their carriage, how they respond to the electorate. Some people, when they get to power now, you don't have access to them. You cannot. You cannot.
Some people are even. Some people have started it already. Some people have. Some politicians have started it already.
You want to become your leader? No, it's not. When you look at such people, put them aside. Look at that person that is willing, has the will, to be closer to the people and has a God-fearing heart.
See, at times I do tell people that the hardest job you can ever get is to lead people. If you are ready to serve people diligently, see, you will exhaust. See, 4 years is too much. You will get tired before 2 years. you get extremely tired if you want to serve the people diligently. But things in Nigeria now, people just want to get to power by all means, by all unreasonable means. Even when they started selling from 400 million, I was just like, wow. By the next election, just know that they can't sell it for 100 million anymore. To be like 200 or 300 million.
See,
If it continues to get to 1 billion, whereby only just 2 people will be able to afford the form.
My candid opinion is this: Maxina used how between the candidates and all of that. See, someone who can be answerable to things.
Accountability matters
to things. You get, when this whole flood issue started, we already know the person who was prompt to go check out things that are happening.
No, all those things might be misleading, but there's a genuineness. Some people can take advantage of something.
I don't want to mention a name.
Politics.
I don't want to mention a name, but for a candidate to actually manage a state's money and save, you have the ability, you have the access to steal all your money,
Yes,
like other leaders will do. But you saved. No, that thing is just like extraordinary.
This candidate you're talking about might not be the nicest of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
It might even be a fraudster.
Yeah.
He might even be the worst person. But when someone can talk with all sincerity and boldness to an extent, I believe that this same candidate, when he was talking, he always say some keywords. And when you go and check into it, you find out that 99.9% of the things he says are correct. So tell me, you get, it's not like we are trying to, but no, it's based on what you one of our viewer asked, and that's what he's bringing up first. But then this coming election is not going to be like every other election because the atmosphere is already heated. Everywhere is tense right now because even the people that we feel that, okay, this person is a father, these are fathers in this thing, this on this game, they're already like making us to have a kind of change of heart because of the things they are showing us. But you never can tell. But I believe that next year is going to be one of the best elections we've had based on how the youths are responding at this time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I believe that whoever enters, Atiku, Tinubu, Kwankwaso, Shure,
Abiola,
anybody. The first 4 years, Nigerians are very hot now. They will want to know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
They're not going to take it easy with you after the first 4 years.
What's just is that if Nigerians are being realistic, 4 years is too short to even achieve anything. With the way Nigeria has been so deteriorated and damaged, Nigeria need to first of all save any amount. They will see it will not be easy. For the next person, it won't be easy at all. It will be hard.
Once you enter into that seat, remove all those people that
Sanusi Lamido said something. He said if any politician tells you, he told the electorate that if any politician tells you it will be easy, tell the person it is a lie.
It's a lie.
It will never be easy because the rate at which they spoiled this country to be so very hard.
Now, when you say this person is spoiled now, suppose
see at times, if we read the national anthem, they say the labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. He said Nigeria has no heroes because all of them, shame on all of them. Nigeria has been on automatic reverse since 1960. Everything, nothing has stayed on the same position since Nigeria gained independence. Nothing, not even the naira, not our infrastructure, not the road. Nigeria has not grown. We have stunted growth since. We've never moved forward in anything. How many facilities do we have when it comes to sport? Nothing. No world-class facility in the whole Nigeria. How many world-class health facilities do we have? Whereby our leaders, they go outside and they come outside with their bold chest to say, I built social hospital that you can't use. If you can't use it, then you can't expect us to use it as well. That means if US president now is sick or something, will he fly to France? No. Will he go to China? No. We spent about $1 billion on schooling outside the country.
And they are going
if that money is being paid back into the economy, Nigeria will grow. Come on.
My opinion is no matter
shame on all of them.
No matter what happens, we are not blind to realities. We all are seeing what is happening and what this present government has put a common Nigerian into, and we are me personally as a person, I'm not speaking for anybody, I am saying no to all these things that have gone wrong. And if I'm to advise any youth out there is for you to wake up, open your eyes, and join me to say no to all these corrupt practices going on in this country, starting with the EFCC man, Abdul Karim Buba.
Abdul Rashid Bawa.
Abdul Bawa. And because the man, that's last, nothing will happen to Nigeria. It's not
Nothing
this
will
country.
happen. Nothing.
And
Where's the
everything will-
AGF?
Let everybody
That's
wake
told
up.
about 80 billion something. I said they should not pay ASU. They are 1 trillion. How much they owe them? They now
Let's wake
told
up
80
to
billion.
reality. Let's wake up to reality.
This
4
guy
years
that
is a long
fainted, this
time to make the wrong
NDDC
choice.
chairman that fainted when they asked him how did he spend the NDDC
Yeah,
money?
fainted.
What did you hear anything
Can I
about
read
him
his
now?
comments, please? At least,
No.
pardon me. Easy Boy said, P2B for president, then Shore EFCC chairman, economy will be back to normal. I can imagine.
Okay, we've come to the end of the program. Thank you very much for being part of the program and contributing to the program. My last statement on this edition is, I would say, shame to all these leaders
All
of ours.
self-acclaimed heroes of the
Since
past.
1960
They've done nothing.
till now, we don't have functioning
Ordinary
refineries,
lights we can't have.
electricity. Shame to you all leaders that have been in the corridor of power till now. Shame. It's a shame. It's a shame.
All right, my last word, right? Like my colleague said, shame to our past heroes, like they call them. But it would be a shame for us to be inside water and soak into our eye for the second time. It would be really, really bad. So let's wake up to reality.
All right, everything still falls on the youths in the country. We all have to wake up and do the needful. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
I don't have much to say. I would just advise people to come out en masse. You don't need to pray in your homes, then mobilize people. Election is all about numbers. Mobilize people. Tell someone to tell someone to tell someone. That's also candidates. I can't decide for you. You might choose NNPP or ADC or OPC. Just make sure you listen to them. Go and make research about their antecedents. What did they achieve when they were in office? Because most of all this is only this Abiola's son that have not been in government before, I think. But the rest, majority of them has been in seat of power. What did they do? Even to their communities, where they come from, what have they achieved there? How did they do these things? So we should just try and be politically literate. Don't just go to school and just say you're a doctor or something. Enlighten yourself politically and waking people up around you so Nigeria can be better.
Thanks
By
for
God's grace.
watching. Bye for now.
Thank you, guys.
All right, bye. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.